Yo, what's up, everybody? Stand 'em up here. Today, I'm going to be talking about Alex Pereira versus Adesanya 2. Of course, this is the fourth fight in total, but the second fight in MMA. Alex Pereira is 3-0 against Izzy. Even though he is 3-0, Adesanya is still the favorite, which is pretty crazy to me, because at this point you'd feel like Alex has earned to be the favorite here, but still an underdog. Kind of weird. Although a small underdog, it's still weird because 3-0. I mean, knocked him out twice. The first fight, of course, a lot of people are calling it a robbery, but it is what it is. He's 3-0. Let's just look at the stats here. Pereira is 2 years older. He is 6'4", and so is Izzy. But when we looked at the weigh-ins, Pereira looked taller. Not only that, he looked thicker. He looked bigger. He had broader shoulders, bigger hands, everything. This man, no idea how he makes 185. But we talk about it every time. But you have to. I mean, with the size of Pereira, you have to talk about it every time because he's huge. It makes no sense. He has the same reach as Izzy, and that might be the part of the problem why Adesanya hasn't been able to beat Pereira, because Pereira, he has the same statistics and he's bigger, and he's just a very bad match for Adesanya, because Izzy, although a great kickboxer, pretty good on the ground, very good defensively, he just isn't a good enough wrestler to really dominate a guy like Alex Pereira, because he is a kickboxer, and Pereira is big, he's strong, he is a good kickboxer himself, so the danger is really there for Adesanya. He can't just be shooting takedowns every time, because Pereira is smart enough. He will get a read, maybe land an uppercut, a knee, or anything. Also, Pereira is training with Glover Teixeira at his gym, and Teixeira is now retired. He will be spending more time with Pereira, just preparing him for all the takedowns and everything. And Adesanya, although he has an amazing team, very smart people, he's smart himself. I don't feel like at this point, at 33 years of age, he's going to be all of a sudden be a D1 All-American wrestler. I don't feel like he will be able to out-grapple Alex Pereira, to a certain degree that Alex Pereira gets tired and that Adesanya could dominate him, because he did pretty well in the first fight. Like, if we look at the stats, we can see that Adesanya, for a kickboxer, very good number, 6.5 minutes of control on the ground. Alex Pereira still didn't look too tired in the fourth and fifth round, although he cuts a lot of weight, although he is very big, a lot of muscle. He still had good cardio and maybe looked even fresher than Adesanya did in the fifth round. He was getting beat though, like he was getting outstruck. He got hurt in the first round as well. He got controlled more than he controlled Izzy. Alex controlled him for half a minute, while Adesanya controlled him for 6.5 minutes. So Adesanya was definitely winning the fight 3-1. Going into the fifth, but Alex Pereira was making good reads. He was getting leg kicked a lot, 1 to 3 rounds, but in the fourth round he got the read, blocked one of the kicks, and then blocked another one in the fifth, and that made the perennial nerve of Adesanya, it got fucked because of it. He couldn't move that well. That's what Izzy says himself, at least, and that was the reason that Pereira was able to catch him. So he's a smart guy as well. So, of course, we know Adesanya is very smart, good game plans and everything. But Pereira himself, he is able to make mid-fight adjustments, and that's very good to see as well. Now, like I said, Izzy, good kickboxer. So is Pereira. Izzy is probably going to be the better grappler here. Pereira has pretty good takedown defense, pretty good... going to when he does get taken down, he gets up pretty good as well. He showed that in his UFC debut, although not against a big grappler or anything, but he did pretty well there as well. My bad. I feel like he's a lot younger in his MMA career, so he will be making more improvements, if you know what I mean. Like, in the beginning you make much more improvements than you do when you're like 5-6 years into your MMA career, especially when it comes to takedown defense. It is much harder to take someone down, and it's much harder to learn to take someone down, and it's easier to defend takedowns, especially against the cage. And I feel like Alex Pereira did learn that, um, especially with a guy like Teixeira in his corner. That's going to be not going to be a big problem. Adesanya, of course, not a big wrestler, so it's going to be hard. Adesanya is also a lot smaller than Pereira is. Pereira is probably stronger. He's also very explosive, and Adesanya can just shoot takedowns. It's not going. He isn't the guy that can, and is Pereira, like, maybe after one takedown attempt or second, Pereira will get the lead and maybe land an uppercut, like Derek Lewis did, for example, some shit like that. I could see that happening as well. Now, of course, on the feet, Adesanya has hurt Pereira in the first, and he could hurt him again. But I don't know. I feel like Pereira will learn from the mistake he made and just push him against the cage, which will make it harder for Adesanya to try and get the takedowns. Of course, Izzy, he likes to fight on the back foot, which plays into what Alex does, which is pressure against the cage and just try and land the hooks. And every damn time, man, in the first fight, it's the left hook is so close every time, and it was scary to watch, honestly. You can see like 5 or 6 of those left or right hands just almost hit Adesanya, and it's yeah, I feel like that will hit him earlier because Pereira, he has better takedown defense. He has learned from his mistakes, and he'll get Adesanya out of there earlier. I am rooting for Adesanya because 3-0. I like the underdog, even though he's the favorite. It makes no sense, but I feel like Pereira is just too powerful, too big, too smart, and has a good team behind him. He also has a very good training partner in Yusri Belgaroui. Shout out to Yusri. You're probably not watching this, but we're cool. So I'm getting it out in there. We'll see him in the UFC soon enough as well. But Yusri Belgaroui, former Glory fighter, they fought Pereira fought Yusri twice, beat him twice. Pereira did lose to Yusri himself as well. Adesanya fought Yusri as well, beat him as well. But Yusri is the same type of striker. The Adesanya is very tall. He's 6'5". Good reach, good low kick, smart fighter. So he has a good training partner with him. And yeah, I feel like he did in the last fight as well, and you can see that it paid off. And yeah, I feel like that we'll get him the win here. Pereira, I'm going with him. Second or third round TKO or KO because he'll find the chin earlier. He won't be as scared of the takedowns, and he'll get him out of there in the, I'll say, third round by TKO. Thank you guys. This was it. If you want to see more breakdowns like this, let me know, and I'll see you guys later.